don't want to pay for very expensive gym memberships. What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as I said last week, I'm about to make a mini series for the summer to stay fit basically, because that happens to be a challenge for me, but I'm guessing also a lot of people, because you get lazy or you go vacation, you have fun, you kind of start to slack on just keeping fit or like staying in shape, whatever you want to call it. So I am someone who actually feels very self-conscious when I'm at the gym, especially if I am alone. And a lot of the stuff is like when I want to use equipment, I have to be like at the gym to use certain equipment. So instead, I decided I wanted to buy my own equipment, and I am here today to share with you some of the exercise equipment that I have that I think are really nice to have at home if you are also someone who either one, feels very self-conscious at the gym, or two, don't want to pay for very expensive gym memberships, because I personally am one who's not going to pay for the gym because it's so expensive. Also put a note on it that a lot of these equipments you don't actually need if you don't want to, especially if you're a beginner, but certain ones I actually like highly recommend. So I'm going to start with what I think you should have at home, and honestly it's just one item. Ta-da! It's a yoga mat, and this one's actually new. My old one's actually mint green, and I got this off of I think I got this at Marshall's for like $15, so no need to go to like anywhere that's like labeled as like a sports store, because they'll sell these for like anywhere between I think like $25 to $30, $40. You can get pretty good ones with quite a variety of thickness and material at like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, or like Ross. Check those places first if you are going to get one of these, and I highly recommend it even if you have carpet, because honestly, you'll get carpet burn. Everything else is kind of up to you, a choice, but I will tell you what they are and what I usually use them for, so you can decide on your own whether you think you might need it or if you would like to try using it. Some of these actually, I honestly think is really good. Next thing we're going to talk about are weights. Because I like do a lot of like dance conditioning, I actually want to start doing some actual like weight training a little bit, because apparently that's how you kind of like keep your skin from sagging as you get older. So basically I have 2 pairs of dumbbells. The first pair is 2 pounds. I like to use weights that are light and do like more instead of using like 20 pounds and doing like 5 of them, because my goal honestly is to get lean or like toned and not build muscle. So if you're going for like muscle, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you're going for muscle, you want like heavier weights. If you're going for more like body sculpting or like just toning, you go with lighter weights and more reps. So I also have 5 pounds, but they're like way hidden because I cannot use the 5 pounds anymore. Honestly, I also need to get 3 pounds, but then I realized I can also just use these 1 pound each wrist or ankle weights, just because then if I add these together, it is 3 pounds, and without these, they are 1 pound. Don't even say these are very light, because a lot of these exercises that I do personally, like even if I do them without a weight, it's challenging. So don't feel bad if you can't use weights for exercises that you see online or something, and they're like, you should use weights or something, because honestly, you get the same benefits. And if you're ready for weights, you can get these also at like a Ross or like a Marshall's, TJ Maxx. They're a lot cheaper than if you go to like Target, Sports Basement, sporting goods and whatnot. So there are certain muscles in your body that might already be stronger. So actually in my dance conditioning class, we have 2 pounds and 3 pounds, and we basically just kind of go back and forth with what we feel like our body needs. So that's where I kind of learn all my stuff from, because otherwise I don't know what the heck I'm saying. So thank you, dance conditioning. And the other weight that I have is this little thing. I don't really know what people call it. This one is a 10 pound, and what I do with these are basically just these thingies where you go like that. They're like the squat thingies that like I kind of do, and they are kind of for your glutes. The next thing that I think is really nice to have, especially if you might have already started exercising and have gained a little bit of strength, I really recommend getting a set of these, what are these called? These stretchy bands. The one that I got, I think I got it off of Amazon. This is a medium and this is a heavy. I actually also have a yellow one that's a light. They come in a pack of 3. These are actually the woven ones, and just so you know, if you compare the light woven one with the elastic ones are a lot easier. So just know that the woven ones are actually a little stronger than what you would expect. But also know that if you use these, they don't really roll on your skin, and then they also don't hurt as much. That's what I realized with the rubber ones, is they always like roll. They're like this wide when you put it on, and then once you start moving, it rolls and rolls and it starts to hurt. Next on my list of stretchy things, I also have this band that I got for like $3-4 off of AliExpress. Honestly, not the best quality, but it works. This is basically a stretchy band that I can work my arms and shoulders out with when I don't want to pull out any of the crazy stuff. These, you can do things like pull them down, opening. So this one actually, I feel like the resistance isn't that much. So I feel like I don't use it as much because it's a little too light for me. If I do like a ton of reps with this, then, you know, it's totally good. Moving on with the other stretchy things, I have these like bands that I use. They actually come in 4. I don't even know, like, okay, so the thickest one is like 40 to 80 pounds. Then this one is 30 to 60 pounds, which you can tell. I don't even use these because they're so thick and they're so like heavy. This one is 15 to 35 pounds. And the skinny one over here is, let me see if I can even find it. I think this is probably like around 5 to 10 pounds. But I got this off of Amazon and I think it's pretty decently priced. Just know that your hair might get stuck in it. So tie your hair up, because they are like rubbery. And then the next thing I have is this little like blow up ball thing. I got this when I like was taking dance conditioning class from home, like over Zoom. So that's why I have all these equipments with me, and I kept them and I still use them. What we do with it actually, and the way that I'm used to doing it as well from taking the classes, is that these are only like partially inflated. So as you can tell, they're not fully inflated. And usually we'll put this on our back for like support with ab workouts. And then speaking of abs, we also have a Pilates ring. We use it for, obviously, our abs. Sometimes we'll use it for also to stretch. Oh, and sometimes we actually use them for our glutes too, by like doing like a squishy, and like inner thighs and stuff. So basically, one of these hoops you can use to work out so many parts of your body. Also, check the cheaper places first, and then maybe compare and see if like Amazon's cheaper or where's cheaper, because you don't need to get something that's very expensive because they all work the same. This one is a yoga strap that I got off of Amazon. This really cute green and pink, almost like pastel watermelon color kind of strap. It's really long. I'm not even gonna like unroll it, but I like to use it to stretch. And I like to sometimes use it for arm exercises. And then the last strap that I have is this stretchy strap. It comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It comes with 8 little like hoopy thingies in between, and you can actually stretch in these with, like, honestly, I just use it to stretch my legs when I'm trying to like practice my splits that I never have, and I think I never will have. Sadly, I've been working on them for like years and I keep stopping in between, and then, you know, flexibility goes away. Anyways, now I'm going to show you the last 2 things that I have, which I honestly use for like post-exercise to kind of stretch out and calm down my muscles. And this was also recommended by my chiropractor. These little ball thingamajigs, I don't remember what they're called. And you can also use tennis balls. You can just roll them on. They're very harsh though. Like if you like put this here and you lean against a wall, or if you put these like on your, right behind your pelvis, this little triangle area, that's like one of my favorite places to put it. It kind of hurts, but it really loosens up like my lower back, because my lower back hurts quite some. So my like chiropractor's always like, oh, just, you know, roll out that area with these little like rolly balls. And I also have to say, for those who do plan on getting these, do not ever use them on your bones. You always use them on muscles. You can use them like on the little muscly part or like the meaty parts next to a bone, but never put them on a bone. And the last thing is actually one of my favorite things, and I think it really helps me crack my back, is this foam roller. And I got this one off of Amazon, and this one's kind of like a harder one. They have other levels of like hardness. So they have like a softer one, and then like medium one, and then an even harder one. I personally started with a very soft one, but now I have to use a heavy one. And I like to roll my back, my legs, and the side, my like, I don't know, just helps stretch out like a lot of different parts of my body. And it helps me relax, even if I don't want to like exercise that day, and I feel like I should. Sometimes a small mini rolling session is really nice. Anyways, of all the equipments, I think I spent about like maybe more or less, I think a little less than $100. And I don't, you know, I can use these at home or whatever. And so if you don't want to pay for the gym membership, I highly recommend getting some equipment, only if you're ready for it. So just know that these are not required, but some of them might be nice to use. And if you think you're ready for it, start light. So don't go heavy, because you don't want to hurt yourself. Anyways, that is basically the end of my video for sharing all the equipments that I have at home that I find are pretty nice to have. Thank you so much, and hopefully I can update you guys my progress soon and share some videos and exercise follow along videos that I personally really like to follow along with. And maybe at one point, if you guys want, I can show you some other like exercise moves that I don't follow videos with that I personally just like to do because I find that they really work well for me. Anyways, I'm done talking. So thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye!